Let's talk about some of these weather events. What do you consider to be a weather event?
Weather
Snow,
event,
obviously, but
a weather event is really an event, right? And it can be anything from freezing rain or drizzle to a full-blown snowstorm.
Right.
You know, so when we budget for events, we budget. You know, we used to budget several years ago for 30 winter events was the average over the course of a winter. That's spring and fall. 30 winter events, whether they were freezing rain or snow. Now we're budgeting for 50 winter events. So
Really?
it's just the changing climate. You know, things are changing and we're getting a lot more events. People might say, but we don't get the snow we used to get, but we get more of that in-between weather,
Right.
where the freezing rain, the freezing drizzle. That can be a more expensive event than a snow event. It's not just plowing the snow, but they have to keep going around the same roads and trying to keep them safe, because as you know, ice can form and make our roads very dangerous. So we try to maintain that minimum level of service. It's not a perfect system, but we budget for events. And when I say the cost every year of our winter budget is going up, it's because our events that we're reacting to are going up. And they're not always citywide events. Sometimes it's snowing in the north of our city and the sun's shining in the south of our city.
Yes.
I mean, we're a big city here. We have different climate zones. So, somebody down in Pontypool will be going, why are the plows out? Well, they're not, right? They're out in the north. So,
Yeah.
sometimes it's a full call out. Sometimes it's a regional call out. Sometimes it's a call out for an event because there's drifting snow.
Right.
We've had snow a week ago and it's really windy and it's blowing across all the roads. So we need to get out, and that's considered an event as well. So it's just whatever we have to do to, we've got a great bunch of staff that, they get out at 4 o'clock in the morning to keep our roads safe, and they're driving these great big beasts of a machine in the dark and blowing snow, and sometimes we don't give them enough credit for the hard work they do, and banging away out there to try and let our residents get to work in the morning. And unfortunately, when those snow events continue through the course of a day, they hour out sometimes, and then they
Right.
have to go home. They can't drive these machines for 24 hours,
No,
right?
exactly.
So it's a lot of unknowns. It's certainly a big challenge. We're spending about $10 million a year on our winter control budget, so it's not peanuts. It's a lot of money, but it's a big city, 5,400 lane kilometers of road. So when you got to go one way, you got to come back the other lane, right? You can't do half the road.
Exactly.
It's a lot. It adds up, and we don't have a huge tax base here in the Kawartha Lake, so that's part of our challenge, is maintaining our road network. And winter's becoming more of a challenge every year, and we see our budgets going up every year, and they're not going up by cost of living. So we have to somehow absorb that or pass that on in the property taxes, and it's not always a popular thing to do.